Festival Sanctus. These are the articulations and the form and instructions for Festival Sanctus. So this has a lot of different things going on here. And so we did pretty well during rehearsal, but I feel like that we needed to remind ourselves, and maybe your scores are not marked entirely, and maybe there are a few places that you need to make a few more marks. All right, so I just want to remind basses to be ready for this intro. When you hear the accompaniment play the chord, we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4. So right when she plays that chord, that's beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, Sanctus, and then you're going to hold it for a total of 6 beats. Tus Dominus Deus. So make sure you're holding that out. Now tenors, you're counting 2 because you had a little difficulty coming in right when you needed to. So especially when we first started this. So they're coming in after these 4 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you still count 1, 2, Sanctus, and you're holding that for a total of 4 beats. 1 plus 3. Sanctus Dominus Deus. Okay? And you all are waiting for the soprano and altos. Alright, so you've got that little echo effect. Sanctus, Sanctus, Sanctus Dominus Deus. Okay? And you're all together for the rest of that. Alright, here, make sure at the bottom of this page, of this first page, that you put the letter T over here at the end, so we all say Sabaoth, and we're going to cut off together on the letter T. And I'll cut you off at the end of that measure. And you've got 4 beats to breathe. And 4 beats, though, 4 basses to breathe. Alright, so again, on page 2, basses, be ready. You come right in on the downbeat. So again, you've got this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you come right in on that downbeat, and we've got the same exact pattern. Sanctus, tenor, Sanctus, and then and you're holding these notes. You're sustaining those all the way through until you sing Dominus Deus. Alright, and then soprano and altos, you have it a little easier. You echo Sanctus Dominus Deus. Okay, so that same pattern there. And then we have, don't forget that, and here again, put a letter T. Sorry, I keep forgetting these little picky things. So put your letter T there so we can cut that off. And all together. And here we get some extra time, so don't forget that the accompaniment has repeat signs here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're counting the rest all through there. And then when we turn the page, we're all up. The soprano and altos are in unison here. And soprano and alto only, and you split down here at measure 19. And then tenor bass, you join in here at measure 20. Alright, and then when we get down to the bottom of this page, this is still page 3, we have a cutoff here with the letter S, so we have to all be together. So excelsis. Alright, so right on that, because we need that cutoff, because we come right in on the downbeat on page 4, at benedictus, benedictus qui venit. Okay, all that syncopated rhythm, but we're all together there. Now, make note that we have the dal segno here, the sign, at measure 24, page 4, because you're going to be coming back to that sign, right? So we don't need to do anything with it right now. We just move on, keep going. And here, let me see. Okay, basses, you've got a rest here. Everybody else is saying "een." Now remember, that's not "in," that is "een" with the letter, the E sound. All right, in these Latin words, all the I's are pronounced like E's. And but basses, you get a rest, so you don't have to worry about it. And basses, you come in, you still have a rest right here. This is measure 28. Okay, I'm in the middle of this page here on page 4. And you come in here on nomine, and your notes are up here. C sharp, B, A. Not that you have to know those, but that's just where they are. And then domini. All right, so all your stems are going down, of course. And tenor, you're above here, and you'll have to sing these lyrics up here with the soprano and alto, and in the middle like you've been doing, but basses are down here. All right, and then sopranos, your lyrics have moved above the altos because of your rhythm, and you get to sing domine while altos are holding, and then they come in after you with their domini. There is a domine, but this is domini. And then we're all together here on Dei, on God. All right. And so here, let me find, okay, end of this page. All right, now, as we're down here, ending together, everybody's sharing and has the same rhythm, to coda the second time, okay? That's the second time. So don't worry about going there yet. All right? So we're just going to keep going, turning the page, and we have tenor bass at measure 34, singing Sanctus softly, Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus. Okay? It feels syncopated but you're basically just kind of holding out the beat. We're in 6/8 now. Okay, so you continue on there, and then soprano and alto join in that same pattern. Softly, with the letter P for piano, at measure 37, Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus. Now, be on alert, all right? So here we go. Right over here, watch out. Because then it all starts getting more and more complex. Okay, so you see that we're changing to 10/8 meter. And that means that, you know, the eighth note is getting the beat, but we've got 10 beats in a measure. So if you look at this alto line here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, these now get 2 beats. And then this would be 9, 10. Pleni sunt celi et terra. That's why we hold that out. It feels like you're holding it longer than it should be. All right, so alto and basses have that pattern, and while the soprano and tenor are resting. Okay, there's the soprano rest, the upside down hat, meaning you rest for 4 beats. Same thing with tenor. You're resting in this measure 40 for 4 full beats. And then everybody sings Gloria, Gloria tua. Make sure you're flipping those R's. Gloria, Gloria tua. And you're not thinking Gloria, Gloria tua. Okay, so we're at measure 40. Let me make sure I'm in my place. And then we go down to the next system at measure 42. And, whoops, okay, sopranos, your lyrics are up here with a different rhythm, and you are sharing the same lyrics and same rhythm as tenor. Tenor, your lyrics are here, so you're both singing Gloria, Gloria, and then while the alto and basses have Pleni sunt cieli et terra, Gloria, Gloria to, everybody's together there. So here again, you have that pattern. And when the stem's down for the altos, you have that pattern, and while sopranos are above you, and tenors are above the basses. Basses, your lyrics are down here. So hopefully you've already gotten those marked, that you follow that. All right. Then at the bottom of the page, there are no repeats, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we all come in at 47 together. And then we move down here to the second system. And we have that pattern again at 51, measure 51. I'm on page 7. Pause when you need to so that you can mark, so that I won't leave you. So anyway, sopranos and tenors are have a different rhythm above. Hosanna, Hosanna. While the altos and the basses are moving. Hosanna. You're moving, and altos, I'm sorry, this is the tenor. The altos lines right here in the middle, or on the top, I should say, of these two. And then basses, your lyrics are down here on the bottom again. So same pattern as before. All right, and then we continue that all together with a little differences in tenor and alto, tenor and soprano up here, with just a little slight variation. Carrying on with 55, moving into page 8. We're all together here. And I will cut you off here because we end in the S, excelsis. So make sure you mark that. I'll cut you off there. All right. Now, this is on page 8. And when we get to the middle at measure 59, we've got a different pattern. So now sopranos and tenors, you're still sharing with each other the same rhythm. In soprano, your lyrics are here. Second is alto, then the tenors is right below the alto, and then bass, your lyrics are down here on the bottom. So now sopranos have this movement. Hosanna, Hosanna, I'm sorry, Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna Deo. So it's a little different, and without me putting it into context, it's not sounding very well. So unless we're singing it with the group. And so here, the altos, you have this, you're holding it out. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna Deo. Sorry about that. I'm looking at this, is very small for me to look at. So instead of my original score here, so I let these little deos get in the way here. So again, soprano and tenor, you have that Hosanna, Hosanna Deo. That's not the right key, but that gives you the idea. While the alto and basses are holding that Hosanna, Hosanna. Okay, so I'm sorry, I keep sliding down, so alto's yours right there, and you can see that's just repeated, Hosanna, Hosanna, and bass is yours is the same. Okay, so tenors, you're right under here. And so like I said, if you altos and tenors, yours are kind of scrunched together a little close for comfort. So if you need to mark out, like if you want to draw a line, tenors, if you want to draw a line through the alto words so that you won't be tempted to, they won't be in your way. And same thing for alto, if you want to mark out these tenor words, then so they won't get in your way. But it's up to you. I've zoomed in a little bit, but in the music it can get very confusing to look at that. Okay, now when we get to the bottom and we continue on with just a slight variation in the beginning of the rhythm, but we end up the same, we're going to cut off together here, excelsis, right on beat 4, so that you can, and I'm actually going to cut you off right at the beginning of beat 4, because here we go, moving to page 4. All right, DS, the sign. We go back to that sign on page 4, and then we go where it says to coda, then we find that coda this time, which the coda continues on page 9. All right. So make sure that you have marked this, that we're gonna maybe just put like a rest here or however you want, but I'm gonna cut you off right there so that you'll have plenty of time to be looking at me and to go back to page 4. All right, 6. Can't do it quickly here, but you should be able to. And I would suggest that you mark it in some way with maybe a paper clip or something to make you find this page quickly. All right, so we repeat this page 4, all the way through. And this time when we get to the end where it says to coda, we do go to the coda. So you need to write page 9. Okay, so let me skip ahead to page 9. All right, and this here you see is the coda. So this sounds like the beginning. So basses, again, you've got that pressure of leading us in, and you're not going to have much time. Like I said, I'm going to you'll cut off, I'll cut you off, but we'll go right to that coda. And so you bring us in on the downbeat. So be ready, mark that basses, make it very important. All right. And then tenors, you get 2 beats before you come in, and then soprano and alto. And tenor bass, you're holding this a little even longer this time. And then you do it again down here at measure 65. You come right in on that downbeat, tenor echo after 2 beats. You're holding that while the soprano and altos come in with their Sanctus. And then here is like a different ending here. So soprano and alto lead us in, Dominus Deus, and then tenors come in with them, Dominus Deus, and then you have different words, tenors, sa, ba, ot, and sa, ba, and then ot will be on the next page. This belongs to the alto and soprano. And then basses, you come in here. All right, that's measure 69 at this point here. 67, 68, 69. All right, and then you've got to turn that page quickly to sing sa, ba, ot. All right, and then we'll cut off. They've got to rest this time, so we'll cut off at the end of 3. And then we have another little ending here where the altos and the basses alone. So soprano and tenor, hold your thoughts there, and mark, don't sing, okay? So pleni sul cieli et terra. And then everybody sings Gloria, Gloria tua. And then here we break up a little bit where sopranos, you're up here now. Hosanna. While the altos have Hosanna in excelsis. Tenors, here's yours. Hosanna. And then basses, you're down here below again. And then the very last system, same type of pattern, where sopranos are up here, holding it out. Second sopranos, when you get to the sana, that should be excelsis. Right? I think we corrected that. So that's a misprint. It's not excelsis. It's excelsis. So the altos have Hosanna, and you have Hosanna in. That's messed up too. I think we corrected this in class, in rehearsal. So Hosanna in excelsis, sopranos, Deo. All right. So, sorry, I kept saying soprano, and I meant alto. Altos, yours is here, and you've got those incorrect syllables. Okay, the altos, I'm sorry, and I kept saying sopranos. Sopranos, you're up here. All right, I think the basses is okay. So bass and alto will be matching. Okay, in rhythm and lyrics. All right. Okay, so that's it. And of course we end with fortissimo, and be ready to cut off immediately. Deo, Deo. All right, so no lingering. So I'll give you a big cut off there. And I think that's it. Sorry this was so long, but this is a complicated format. So I just want you to make sure that you have everything marked, and so that there are no surprises, right? So, I mean, gosh, you're almost better off memorizing this song, aren't you? With all the page turns, going back and forth to the dal segno and the codas, and just finding your lyrics and everything. It's almost best. So, but do remember that we do have parts for this, so I hope you'll take more time to listen to those. All right, that's it for that. Thanks.